can log many people out of the presence of God because they don't have the revelation of righteousness. Righteousness is not the product of works. Righteousness is a gift that is imputed unto us. And I will show you why I needed to go from righteousness unto holiness. Because you will see that holiness has certain consecration demands he put upon you. Although righteousness is a gift, holiness would demand a lifestyle. If these things are not taught, you will carry many mysteries. You will talk very bogus things. But in the face of the battles of life, you will see how small your convictions and your faith is. Tell yourself, wherever you are, I am the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. So you see, yes, you are righteous, but that righteousness is routed through somebody. You are not the righteousness of God in yourself. It is Jesus that made you righteous. So your sense of piety, your sense of holiness is on the strength of his finished work, not what you are doing. If Satan removes your eye from Jesus and show you yourself, you will fall. The moment Satan wants to win the argument, he says, keep Jesus out of it. Have you been in a group of ungodly men and they say, let's keep Christianity aside? You can't keep Jesus aside. Your sense of identity is routed through him. It is in him we live, we move, and have our being. If Satan truncates your consciousness, even for a minute, just remove you from a sense of attachment to Jesus, you will see how filthy you are. I will tell you, the most brightest among us, the most blazing among us, on garments of purity, hair lacking no oil. If you trace on what ground do they have this consciousness of purity, is on the finished work, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of what? Whenever your flesh begins to find expression, Jesus has been locked out. It takes consciousness. It takes consciousness to carry Jesus in any situation. You maintain that consciousness. My life is no longer my own. For me to live is Christ, and if I die is gain. I've been crucified with Christ. Nevertheless I live, but the life that I now live is no longer I that live. If the devil wants to lock Jesus out of your consciousness, he will trigger a particular emotion to be explored beyond his boundary. It's not every threshold of anger that you forget you are a Christian. There is a threshold you still remember that I'm born again, but I don't like this thing that you did. Satan can raise the volume. There is a place you reach, you forget you are a Christian. Even man of God forget he's a man of God. I've seen a man of God jack somebody before. He now adjusts the person back and says sorry. He hit a threshold where emotions suspended his consciousness of the divine life he has been called into. What Satan does is that he explores our flesh and allows the emotions domiciled in the flesh to momentarily put Jesus aside. And if you do this, I've showed you and I've advanced a definition for holiness, advanced also a definition for righteousness. But it will be important to also establish that neither of these two realities is attainable by the arm of the flesh. You cannot enter into righteousness on your own accord. Neither can you walk the path of holiness on your own accord. And so in keeping with this, Isaiah chapter 64 verse 6 gives us clarity on this matter. Please look into this screen. It's not on. This screen is not on, and it's been like that. The Bible speaking in Isaiah chapter 64 from verse 6, it says, but we are all as an unclean thing. Come on, let's read together, everybody. 1, 2, go. But we are all as an unclean thing. This is the state of every man, whether he's a philanthropist, whether he's the most gentleman you know, outside the saving power of Jesus, outside salvation, our righteousness is like a filthy rag. All of us has gone astray. All of us have been alienated from the family of God. This is where we started from. If you know these things, you will not glory in the flesh. What Satan wants is to do comparative spirituality around your life, to make you measure yourself with your generation and say, compare. That was what Isaiah was doing for long. So he was a noble among his generation. But the first day they gave him an invitation to come into a procession where only immortal creatures reside. He says in the year that King Uzziah died, for the first time, a prophet that can be called a major prophet, a man who carried himself as a noble, he entered a realm where truth is the only stature. He began to weep for his own sin first. This is a man that has not judged himself in that light before. Because I'm telling you, if you look at yourself in the lens of your generation, you will give yourself a pass mark. You will think, compared to how they live, I'm trying. I mean, what can you say about a life where everybody around you, all your neighbors are living in wantonness? Fornication is the order of the day. Everybody is cutting corners here and there. And you don't see yourself doing these things. Your own sin is just one small line here, one small anger here, one small backbiting here. You will give yourself pass mark. The challenge is that the realm where we are judged, they are not judging us based on errors and generations. They will keep you beside Apostle Paul. You will stand near Catherine Kuhlman. You and Stephen will stand side by side. The realm where we are reporting to, time is not a reality. So they will not gather us according to timeline. They will not say the saints between 2001 to no, saints will appear. It's a realm where only ranking men, you show up on the ground of your sacrifice and labor for God. That's why I'm telling you that if you are not careful, you will appear in a place where you yourself will judge yourself unfaithful.